Hello and welcome to watching this video. Here we're going to solve question number 5 of the course Engineering Economics of question on May 2018 for the PENG exam in Canada. In this question, it's mentioned that an investor is currently studying for potential investment in the Greater Toronto Area. The table below provides the first cost as well as the overall and incremental internal rate of return for the 4 investments that are currently being studied. Use the information in table to answer the following. Hint: 11% in the table below could be interpreted as IRR BI. Yes, it's talking about this one. For example, the IRR between A and B would be 17%. No, sorry. The IRR between A and B would be 11%. IRR between A and C would be 17%. And for example, IRR between B and C would be 23%. And so we have 4 different investment. The first cost is different. And IRR on overall investment is 19, 15, 18, 16. And this is the comparing them together. In part A, if the 4 investments are independent, which project should be selected at minimum acceptable rate of return of 16%? So minimum acceptable rate of return is 16%. As they are independent, choose the project if the interest rate of return overall is more than minimum attractive or acceptable rate of return. So for the first one, it's 19%. When talking about when the minimum attractive is 16%, 19 is greater than 16, so we can accept project number A. For project number B, IRR is 15%, less than 60%, we'll reject it. For number C, it is 18%, which is more than 16%. For D, it's 16%, which is equal to 16%, so we can accept all of them except project number B. In question number B, if the 4 investments are mutually exclusive, which project should be selected at minimum acceptable rate of return of 14%? If 4 projects are mutually exclusive, which project should be selected? So when talking about the mutually exclusive, it means that occurrence of one event prevent occurrence of the other event. So to solve this kind of question, there is a method. First, you have to consider that you have to do nothing. You have to do nothing. You have to consider none of them. So you have to categorize all the project based on the initial investment, and you will go one by one. So start with the lowest cost. Start with the lower cost. Here in the project is mentioned that the first cost is 1.1, 1.7, 2.2, 2.5. You can see we will start with A, B, C, D. If the order is not correct, you have to know that the order should be corrected. So we will start with the lower cost. Check if incremental interest rate of return is greater than minimum acceptable rate of return. If the IRR is greater than MARR, so the new one, choose the higher cost project. If it's not okay, keep the lower cost. So how? Let's go to do it here together. First of all, we are not doing anything. So we are comparing. So now we are going to compare it with the A. So do nothing is 0, compare it with A. Then we are comparing together. The IRR between A and nothing is 19%. Here you can see that. The IRR for A is 19%. The IRR for A is 19%. So as 19% is more than the minimum acceptable 14%, so we are choosing A. Now we are going forward with A. Now comparing A with B. Comparing A with B, the interest rate between A and B, the difference between A and B would be 11%. How? Between A and B, the difference would be 11%. So 11% is less than 14%. So we keep the previous one, we keep A. So we go to the next one, C. Compare A with C. The IRR for C and A is 17%. It's more than MAR. So we choose C, we go forward with C. Compare C and D. According to the table, it's 13%, less than 14%. So we keep C. So the C would be the project which we are choosing based on the mutually exclusive. In part C, state the cases in which a rate of return method is recommended. So We are choosing rate of return when investments are independent and have no capital constraint. Project lifetime are similar. Mutually exclusive project using incremental interest rate of return. Comparing a project profitability to a benchmark like MAR. Is it always necessary for the alternative with highest rate of return to be best alternative? Do we usually say that all the time the highest ROR is the best alternative? As I mentioned before in my previous video, I mentioned that the IRR does not consider project size. Incremental IRR matters for mutually exclusive, not IRR. IRR ignore reinvestment, so NPV often provide a better indication of the total profitability. Thank you for watching this video. Wish you the best. See you on our next videos.